Boom. The High Road 40 is releasing today with the Ion Pro Solid, and despite the IPS creating a lot of buzz that I think it's absolutely going to live up to, this one feels like it's being overlooked, and I don't think it should be. You know by now that I'm the tech guy that shoots you straight. It's all about the ball reaction and getting you what you need. I won't give you the whole spiel again, but I've revamped my reviews to be much more like an actual product review with structure and specific points so that I can deliver more consistent, streamlined, informative videos complete with chapters marked on the video timeline. I have a full review up front, followed by a live commentary with shot-to-shot context and in-depth conversation about the ball reaction. Storm Products Incorporated owns the brands of Storm, Rotogrip, and 900 Global, and the High Road 40 is, of course, a release from Storm, again becoming available to the public on June 20th, which is, of course, today as of the posting of this video. The center we're bowling at is Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas, and the pattern we're testing on is Kegel Chromium, which is a challenge pattern that's 25.5 mils and 42 feet long, which is slightly above medium volume and length. The graph is linked in the description if you'd like all of the pattern details. Our tester Zach is obviously very versatile, but I'd say he's most comfortably a little on the rev dominant side. I think he's at his best when he can play a little lane or play deeper on the lane and slow roll it so that he can really control the ball roll. Zach can also throw everything, but most often finds himself in symmetric balls because he really doesn't need any help from asymmetry to get the ball to move down lane. The High Road 40 is a fairly exciting ball for a couple different reasons. It's a great way to celebrate the 40-year milestone because it's the longest running and arguably most successful namesake in company history. To properly execute an anniversary High Road, they're using the original core without AI, so it's the thicker shell two-piece design from the original, 257RG and an 046 differential for the inverted FE2 or FE squared core, however you want to say it, and that's the 15-pound numbers. Now, if you don't understand what the different core numbers mean, I have a couple instructional videos linked in the description from Storm that will explain them thoroughly, but in this particular case, numbers aside, you should know what you're in for here. The exciting part, in my opinion, is the A1S pearl cover from the Equinox, of course factory polished with their new Power Edge compound. The Equinox has been a hit so far, and as much as I saw the Ion Pro Solid at the Women's US Open, I saw the High Road 40 almost as much, and it looked just as good when its turn came around. The reaction shape is very similar to the Typhoon, and perhaps more notably to the original High Road Pearl. It's that clean, rounder, more continuous shape. Very simple, very readable, and very effective. Now, obviously, it's a fair amount stronger than either of those two, and I hope the name doesn't strike people as just kind of a novelty or like it was phoned in using the High Road name to artificially create some buzz and drive some sales over the summer. This one is legit, and I think it'll give everyone a shot of nostalgia to remind them of the High Road Pearl while also finally advancing the line. It's still not an actually strong ball. It's still going to be happiest on lighter but mostly medium conditions as a second or third ball out of the bag. Now, if you've been able to use either the original or the Pearl as a ball for the fresh, if you have drier conditions or a higher friction lane surface, you'll absolutely be able to use this one just like that. It can even reach up a bit further. In addition, instead of running out of traction on heavier and longer patterns, even in transition, like the original or the Pearl, this one will be able to reach up significantly higher, and I think that makes it even more versatile than the original or the Pearl. While obviously it's going to cover some boards for Zach, but everything does really, I saw it in use and effective from everywhere at the Women's US Open. It looks great from every zone on the lane, so provided you have the right conditions and situation for it, it will play anywhere and do it successfully. The rounder shape and more medium strength will put it in use for an exceptionally wide range of bowlers on a surprising amount of conditions and a surprising amount of stages of transition. The easiest way to explain it is that if you've ever been able to throw an original High Road, you're going to like this one, and I think it'll be more speed dependent than rev dependent. I think any rev rate can use this ball just as long as you don't have extremely high or extremely slow speed, it's probably going to be in play for you. As always, lots of great stuff in the description. I've appreciated you all using my CoolWick code as often as you have. Most of the credit I get from your purchases goes to providing jerseys for the Youth League at Royal Crest every year, so I am paying it forward.
I will take your kindness and pay it forward.
I've also really liked a lot of the stuff I've been using from Genesis, big fan of their tapes and chamois, and the the Sport 3-ball mod roller. I still use and love the Nexus backpack. Version 2 is out now. Discount link in the description for that, as well as their journal. That's a great tournament and league companion and pairs really well with the score tracking app. And don't forget the email address for the custom handcrafted items made from bowling balls. The bowling video thing is a lot of time and expense for not a lot in return, so sorry for the ads, but I really do use and like this stuff. I think you will too, and it's a really easy way to support me at the same time, so I appreciate it. The High Road 40 is a very high 4-ball to a low 3-ball. It can still be used as a heavy transition or burn ball if you have higher speed and lower revs, but it feels like it could even be a benchmark ball for higher rev and lower speed players. I think it's going to cover a lot of ground in the bag. Even though the core is on the weaker side, the strength of the cover helps balance that out a lot. We talk about this later in the live commentary section, but I think it's squarely between the Equinox and Typhoon and is sideways of the IQAI. Very similar shaping to the Typhoon, obviously a stronger ball, a little earlier, a little smoother, while it's definitely cleaner and faster than the IQAI, but it's a similar strength overall. Now, while it doesn't have AI like the Road Warrior, it does have a fair bit stronger cover, plus the RW is a little more archy and can tend to be a little more forward, especially from angle, so it's almost a half a ball up from the RW. He uses the Equinox a lot, so if the cover is looking good and he just needs less core, he can go right down into this one and be in great shape. Confident A+ for the High Road 40. This one and the Ion Pro Solid feel like when Dave Portnoy rates a pizza in the 90s. I just can't give enough kudos to the team at Storm for these two releases. And again, this isn't just me getting excited over seeing Zach toss a few games with them during filming. I spent a couple days in person at the Women's US Open and saw literally dozens of games with both of them from several of the women at all stages of transition on brutal conditions. I got an exceptionally good feel for both of them, and this is a professional observation, not a hypey first look opinion. Solid price point too, at $160. It feels like both a bargain and delivering on what you'd expect or want it to be. It's quite a bit cheaper than Motive's Primal Rage Evolution, which is what I think it most closely compares to across the board. I think the Evo's a couple boards stronger, but the difference between the two balls is negligible, and while it's a little more expensive than Hammer's Anger, I think it's also a little more ball as well. Once again, taking a look at Storm's reaction chart, these are available for every ball if you scroll to the bottom of the balls page on the website. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're wonky. This one is a little wonky right off the bat, or maybe it's not this one, but the Equinox that's wonky. This is a high flaring ball. 046 is a medium-high differential, which will create medium-high flare. However, the Equinox is rated exactly the same, and it has an 054 diff, and it's asymmetric with an 018 int diff. Rating those two the same on flare potential just isn't accurate whatsoever. The Equinox should probably be bumped up a bar, and this one should be knocked down a bar. Agree with the ball shape, though. It is very angular. Hook length, too. It is a pretty clean, more late reacting ball. Clean cover, higher RG. Oil volume, I think, is selling it just a little short. I think they can actually add a couple more bars of range above medium. I think it will surprise people how well it handles oil. Same goes for pattern length, especially as these two relate to lane condition. If you're using it more as a transition into burn ball, like the chart suggests, it'll be able to handle medium to medium long conditions. I think lane condition also sells the ball a little short, too, as it relates to volume. If you're using it on light to medium volume patterns, like the chart suggests, it'll be able to handle a much fresher pattern because it's also impressively stable and controllable for a cleaner, faster ball. I've said it in the Ion Pro review, I'll say it again. I've been hard on Storm for a few years, but they've earned their flowers here. Everything since the origin has looked great. The covers are finally seeing the lane well again. They've fine-tuned AI so it doesn't bog down the reaction anymore. Everything's come together and is clicking again from a reaction standpoint, and it's great to see. Once again, the High Road 40 is available today with the Ion Pro Solid, so if you buy stuff online, the best place to do that is from Bowler's Mart, and if you follow the link in the description, I get some kickbacks on your purchases, so really easy way to support me without really having to do anything. Tobias didn't get one of these because the core really doesn't fit his game, but I do have Ion Pro Solid reviews up for both him and Zach. We have the live commentary coming next that's full of good stuff and more conversation than normal, so you'll definitely want to stick around for that. Thanks for watching, and may the strikes be with you. This video was brought to you by Panda Bear Productions. We put the in bowling.
Alright, High Road 40. Same thing, throw one to the right, watch it hook. Won't move.
Meow.
I did put a couple games on this one in League before this video, but that's all about it. Quick. Quick, quick. Bang.
I'm kind of getting Typhoon vibes out of that one. It's definitely stronger.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's got that
similar,
same kind of rolly.
Yeah, similar shape.
Clean rolly.
Similar shape for sure, just stronger.
Yeah. Now, does that fit between a Typhoon or an IQ-AI, or is it kind of like sideways of the AI? Because technically that's got the stronger cover.
Yeah.
But the core is so much earlier in the IQ.
IQ, yeah, probably sideways. I haven't thrown it next to the IQ AI, so kind of guessing there, but it's a different, definitely a different shape for sure. I think it covers more boards easier just because of the higher RG, so it doesn't want to get into a roll as quick and more diff, so it's flaring a little bit more. But as far as like when I would throw them, I think similar times of the day, and it just kind of depends on how much angle I want to use for what I'm bowling on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in a similar area, it's just a lot different shape. But for me, I was excited about that High Road 40 because it's got the Equinox cover, and I've been throwing the Equinox a bunch. So it's kind of a nice step down from that. Once the Equinox starts kind of getting a little slow because of the asymmetric core. If I need something that just kind of gets through it, but still shapes down the lane similar to the Equinox, I think it's going to be good in that spot.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks quite a bit different from the Road Warrior too, because the Road Warrior's got AI.
Yeah.
That one doesn't.
That one doesn't.
And that one's got it, but so the core's a little stronger in the Road Warrior, but that one's got the stronger cover by quite a bit.
It almost seems like the Road Warrior can get like a little like stand up forward. And I think that could be, you know, it's got the cleaner cover, but it's got the stronger core, so sometimes it kind of fights a little bit, where that one with the little higher RG core without the AI, but the stronger cover seems to work together a lot better, where it kind of blends it a little bit better rather than kind of quick and forward.
Yeah.
I really like the shape of that one. It seems like it is reading the lane, but it's still getting through the fronts easy. Yeah. I don't know. It like doesn't make sense out loud saying it like that, but just like visually, that's just what I see. Is like it just like it gets through it, but it's still trying to like read the lane, but not slow down too much.
It's seeing it without reading it, but it's something that's really difficult to describe unless you kind of get it or know what you're talking about or can experience it, where it's not like hydroplaning, where some balls you can tell that they're just spinning and they're not
and they're not
seeing anything, they're not getting anything done. But that one is, it's kind of like a gradual slowing down. Kind of.
Yeah.
It's like
I think that
gradually
makes
slowing
sense.
down, but it's not like picking up or
Yeah,
grinding
not
to
like-
a halt.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to describe it. Woo. Bang.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Tried to make it back,
Yeah, I was going to say that.
and I gassed that one pretty good.
I've said that in a couple reviews here lately. It's like that one shouldn't have hit the head pin. So even though it didn't strike, that was actually kind of impressive.
It's like, I put a little zing on it, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness. Might be getting into a spot where it's a little too much oil.
Yeah.
That one struggled to see it. Boom.
And those are some shots that a better bowler will look at, and even though it kind of makes you raise your eyebrows, because it's like, okay, well, with just a little bit more friction, this ball will be able to, get work done from here.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, well, it went a little bit long or didn't quite recover. Recovery is a big thing for people watching videos, but it's like, it's impressive how much it is getting done despite what kind of a ball it is and how deep you are.
Yep. And it's really, it's not really broken down that much either.
This is...
Ideally, I'm going to throw this ball when there's, a little more friction built in.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not built in, but developed. So, and it still tried to make it back from there, which was, I didn't think it was even going to hit the head pin.
Yeah.
And it made it all the way back, so.
You good with that one then?
Good.
All right.
I like it.
Yep. Yeah, I think I was been talking to a few people. Ever since the Origin came out, like everything's been looking pretty good. Like it seems like they really figured something out with the covers.
Yeah.
Where even the clean stuff is seeing it really well and not just kind of giving up. And so yeah, everything looks pretty good now.